Okay, all right. Let's take in some more information coming in on another provocation. Now, Prakash Ambedkar issuing a provocative statement saying this is the beginning of the neo-Nazi regime. The opposition uniting against the Agnipath scheme.
In the history, the chief of three armies have held a press conference together. But after the Agniveer was declared, there are riots in many of the states, and this has prompted the government to justify its decision. But the justification has not come from any of the ministers in the Modi's cabinet. As we understand, they are not with this scheme. Therefore, it was left to the three army chiefs to justify Agniveer. Is this the beginning of the new Nazi regime in India? Never before in the history, the chief of three armies have held a press conference together. But after the Agniveer was declared, there are riots.
So this was a statement being made by Prakash Ambedkar. We've seen what has happened since morning. Clearly, the protest is not for the aspirants as is being claimed by the party. Since morning, we've seen several roads that have been completely blocked because of the protest. Now we have these statements coming in from the netas. Madhav continues to be with us. Madhav, now Prakash Ambedkar also now drawing this Nazi link.
Well, yes, the Nazi link that we had seen the comment coming in from the former Karnataka Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy. Now, of course, another similar statement coming in from Prakash Ambedkar. Now, the point is this, at the end of the day, one can have a political ideology. One is welcome to criticize.
Right, Madhav, please stay on with us. We have Mr. Amit Malviya joining us in the broadcast. According to Prakash Ambedkar, this is the beginning of the neo-Nazi regime. Mr. Malviya.
Neo-Nazi regime means, what I do know is that this particular scheme will ensure that Indian Army is far more younger, nimbler, tech-savvy, and in tune with the times that we live in. And this is a recommendation or a reform that has been in the works for over 4 decades now. The first time this idea was mooted was in the 1960s, immediately after the debacle of the Chinese War, which was presided over by Nehru. Subsequent committees in the 1970s put out a recommendation that we need to have younger armed forces. It was followed up in the 1980s. And therefore, it was quite appropriate to the Modi administration, which has the political capital and the mandate to ensure that such a reform is brought in. Those who are making political statements are free to do so, but the fact is that this will create huge employment opportunity for the young.
Okay.
They will have opportunities to work in the armed forces, in paramilitary forces, in police department, in civil utility
Right, but Mr. Malviya, it looks like despite this reach out, nobody's really listening. It's falling on deaf ears because the Congress leaders, while questioning the center on the scheme, have now started questioning the valor of the forces as well.
Congress has been deaf for a very long time, and that is been reduced to the fringes. Today, from Saharanpur to Secunderabad, the burning of the trains, pelting and arsenic, work of the Congress's student body. The students or those who are aspiring to join the army are not the ones who are indulging in vandalization. And this has all been done at the behest of Rahul Gandhi, who at the Chintan Shivar said that Hindustan jalega. And now his cadres are ensuring that they put this country to fire.
Right, so you're saying the blockade, the dharna and these provocative statements are all contributing to the vandalism and arson that is being witnessed. Thank you very much, Amit Malviya. We have some viewers joining us on the broadcast. Let's first go across to Ravi joining us.